Morning, welcome to the next podcast of Andy Collier-talks cricket memorabilia. Got everything crossed this morning for, probably 2, 3, 4 hours play, hopefully, at the Test match. So be a great shame if this Ashes series, which has been a great series, I have to say, is decided by the weather. So let's keep everything crossed, touch wood and all that sort of stuff for a few hours play. So anyway, just going back to a couple of weeks ago with the Cricket Memorabilia Society magazine. Fantastic organisation to be involved with, actually, if you want to be keep up with all the latest news and whatever. And then there was a lovely article by our Australian friend Peter Schofield. And he put a lovely article in there about cricket belts, which were around probably 1850 to 1880, something like that. And you get them with the old England team on them and all sorts of lovely images on fronts of the buckles, and with a lovely sort of team and lovely bits around the outside to hold them together. So that's a lovely area to collect, I have to say. Not one that I've been heavily wanting to do, but of course the opportunity never arises when they come up at an auction. They're generally something else to collect, so it's not really been on my line, but I've got a couple of bits and pieces. So thanks for Pete for putting that into the Cricket Memorabilia magazine. Lovely articles. Now, a couple of bits I've got is this lovely brass belt, which I'm assuming you just it's attached there with two little hooks on one side of the belt, and then it goes onto that clasp the other side with a metal clasp. So lovely little belt there, belt buckle should I say, which I found in an antique shop in Abingdon Hammer, just up the road from where AJ Webb used to live. So interesting. Might have been AJ Webb's, you never know. And the other thing I've got there is this lovely one that's been dug out of the ground. So not the greatest thing in the world, but it's got a lovely image of a 18th, 19th century cricketer on the front there with his bat and his pads. So pleased with that. So that's the only two offerings I've got in the belt front. So I did forget a couple of weeks ago, the other thing that just turned up this week was the Wicket Society news bulletin. That's another good society to be involved with. Some lovely articles in there. And so, right, another thing, a couple of weeks ago when I went to the Worcestershire Memorabilia show, I managed to pick up Harold Larwood in the Pedigree England, what was they? Players with Pedigree series, which are beer mats. Now I went into, I saw them in a pub in Morton Marsh, and I'm pretty sure there's only 6 in the set, and he only had 5, and he's missing Harold Larwood. So now I managed to get Harold Larwood with his piercing blue eyes. So the other ones in the series are Jim Laker. There's Jim Laker there. There's a little write-up of the player on the back there, what he's done in his career and what have you. And then we've got Wally Hammond with brown eyes. Sir Leonard Hutton, another blue-eyed boy there. Nice card. Great sportsman Dennis Compton. And then Douglas Jardine there. And it's got a little profile of the player on the back there. Robert Jardine, captain of the England cricket team from 1931 to 33-34. So that's hopefully, I'm pretty sure that's completed that set. So I did go to the Wes Hall dinner, as you might have seen on the other podcast. I was keeping fairly coy about getting a signature because Andy wanted one in Australia, but I managed to get him to sign my book here as well, which is the Arthur McIntyre autograph book. And it's got all the lovely signatures in there from the counties of the time. They've got Hampshire there, so some lovely signatures there. But unfortunately you don't see many of these in their fullness anymore because they get broken up. All the signatures are torn out and sold individually by dealers and whatever. So there we are. But that's a nice Arthur McIntyre book, who was my first coach at the Oval many years ago. So there's the book, Wes Hall's book there, Answering the Call. And apparently he's had a fall since this and not going to sign anymore. So if you got a signed copy, you're pretty lucky. There's another signed copy there from Wes Hall. So nice to have that. And the other intriguing thing that turned up this week is this lovely postcard, which says on the front, South Africans coming out to field, and it's got a 1904. So now I don't know what the ground is. I think it might be Alton. There's on there are badges which look like the Hampshire badge. So there's another couple of clues. You've got a postcode of July 11th 1904. And they played Hampshire at Anstey Park, Alton on July the 7th. So this wrench card, they've done a pretty good job, if this is the case, of getting that out by the 11th. It was posted in Altrincham, so perhaps they did get them out fairly quickly, but that's the dilemma. If anybody's got any information on that, Jonathan Farmer's helping me. I went round to David Frith yesterday and he didn't quite know. So anybody out there that does would be appreciated. So thanks for that. So intriguing postcard. So night's catalogue has turned up for the next night's auction, which is the 6th, Sunday the 6th, 7th Monday and the 8th of August on the Tuesday. On the front there is Billy Murdoch's wicket keeping gloves from the late 19th century. Lovely pair there. Got a pair myself, but obviously not Billy Murdoch's. And on the back there's a lovely tureen there with a cricket scene on the front, I would say. Somewhere a cricket scene on the front there. So that's the next night's auction. So we've just had Ian Bothams last week, so they're coming thick and fast. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that presentation, and I'll see you on the next one. Good luck, England. Cheers.